for me, I was like, people hired me because I knew the questions to ask. I knew if their answer was going to get them to where they wanted to go. And then I just used my experience of watching all these other business owners. I'd say, yep, no, do this and don't do that. And I would just tell them, do this. If you do what I tell you to do, it's going to work out just fine. And I still say that to this day. You can ask most travel partners. I kind of start out our listen, just do what I tell you to do. I promise you, you're in good hands with me because I know our advisors. I know what they respond well to. And so the confidence, I think, Dan, came from doing that on a regular basis and watching people flourish. Even if all I did was talk to them for 2 hours, I've got clients that I can't take credit for them being in certain positions, but they're on Target shelves, they're on QVC, they made it to Shark Tank, they've been purchased. Like I can't take credit for them being there, but I can take credit for being the very beginning and asking them those right questions and getting them to think differently. And so when I see that happening, I'm like, yep, I was supposed to do this.
You mentioned mistakes people make. I mean,
Mhm.
was there a common mistake people would make when they're starting out a business? And I mean, what would be the typical thing you would have to correct?
They were very busy, and I see this in the travel advisor community. They were very busy doing what they love to do, either creating the product, talking about the product, but they didn't have the foundation of a business to scale their product or their business. And advisors, I run into this all the time. They know how to sell the product.
Hmm.
They know how to service the product and their service. They don't have some of the most foundational staples, puzzle pieces to put together that full puzzle. They don't think that way. They're busy building a bank account and not looking at building a business. I'm building this business because in 10 years I want to sell it. I'm building this business because in 10 years I want to pass this down. I'm building this business because I want to have an empire. Like most travel advisors and most small business owners don't have that long vision of what that looks like. They're just building a bank account and they're just excited to sell what it is that they love to talk about and love to sell. That is the number one mistake people make. And it was TPI had been around for a long time. And I will tell you some of the questions I asked Ken when we were talking in this consulting. I'm like, you don't have the answer to this question. Yet it's an extremely successful business. It wasn't like it was failing by any means, but it was like, wow, if you don't have the answer to these three questions, then gosh, I know we've got a great opportunity together. And I feel very passionate about that in the travel advisor community.